Hello and welcome, fellow adventurer. My name is Gilbert, and today I want to tell you a story. A story of my first guiding trip. This story is about adventure, self-discovery, and of course, the meaningful connections created between our travelers and of course, the locals. For our adventurers, the journey begins here in the places we explored together. But for me, the story began much earlier. As a rookie guide, this trip was more than just work. It was a test. Well, let me just call it an initiation, and a proper initiation for that matter. See, I had to face my fears, and I had to challenge my own beliefs. I guess sometimes you just have to suffer to discover, right? It gets better, so buckle up. Stay with me as the story unfolds. It all started with a curious boy in a small village in the far west of Kenya. That boy was me. I dreamt of traveling across Kenya. Even a trip to Nairobi felt so huge. What's even awesome about this trip was me coming back home to my village, full of stories to tell my friends of what I had seen and all the amazing things I had done in the city. That's how big of a deal it was. Little did I know that the same desire would follow me into my very adulthood. This led me to join a travel agency. Talk about stars aligning. I got chances to travel with colleagues and even join friends on motorbike trips. Let me give you a backstory of these motor trips, or border trips as we love to call them. I won't lie, there's a real suffering to endure. Talk about rocky and dusty roads, finding yourself in the middle of nowhere, literally getting lost, but in return, you get to enjoy the nice villages and the nice and friendly people you come across. And every ride opened me up to new ways of exploration and adventure. And from then on, I never looked back. This trip, and of course, with this group of adventurers, was everything. Thrill, challenge, laughter, deep cultural connections. We didn't just visit places. We literally stepped into the heart of communities. Raw, untouched, real. That's where you meet the true culture. And in those moments, something human awakens in both the travelers and the locals. Mutual curiosity and empathy through shared experiences. Personally, I tend to believe that every culture has a story to tell. If only we can just pause and listen. On this trip, we definitely discovered that truth together with my fellow adventurers. One thing stood out, and we noticed the balance between modern life and tradition. Some communities indeed embraced change, while still holding tightly to their roots. And that difference made us appreciate the real beauty of originality. This being my first trip taught me something important. I discovered that guiding is not just about showing places. It's about the people. It's about the connection. It's about the impact shared between travelers and locals. Something important to note though is that success of every trip always starts by careful planning to the very execution of the trips. Behind the scenes, it's a dedicated staff and local partners. Well, let me just call them friends. And together, they make sure that every detail is considered. And at the end of our adventurous trip, both travelers and the locals, I believe, walked away with unforgettable and awesome experiences. Well, friends, this is only the beginning. Catch me in the next story as we continue to explore and celebrate the very people who make these places come alive. I'm so glad you made it to the end of the story. Until the next one, mine is to say asante na kwaheri. Thank you and goodbye.